It's the final dinner party, everyone. That makes it sound a bit like all these contestants are on death row and this is their final meal. That's not the case, although that would be a rather dark but entertaining, perhaps, twist to the show. So what we have is all of them gathering for this final meal, and it looks like things are going to kick off spectacularly. It's Married at First Sight UK Season 9, Episode 33, and some things that stuck out to me in the first quarter of the show were Luke making a ring of heart-shaped candles on the table in the living room for Amy and lighting each one to talk to her about how much he loves her. And she looks at it and just goes, doesn't care at all. So he is trying, but Amy is not requiting. Surprise, surprise.
I thought I'd do something nice to show Amy how far we've come in this journey.
Oh, why have you done that?
I thought it would be a candle for every good memory we have.
A lot of candles there.
Oh, God.
Maybe they can count for some bad memories as well.
No, absolutely not. Babe, we've got so many memories. I think me and Amy's relationship has been tested. We've been to the lowest of lows and the highest of highs. But if we can make it in here, in the experiment, we can make it outside.
Then we have Polly and Adam having a conversation in their flat. And Polly bringing up that whole conversation the girls had with her at the end of the last episode about how, she's settling for kind of second best with Adam and he's not giving her what she needs. And she tells Adam this. And then when he says, so it's about me and I'm not good enough, she says, no, it's not about you, it's about me. Even though what she's telling him is effectively about him. If the girls are saying, you're accepting second best with Adam, then Adam is the problem. You know what I mean? And she's trying, I think, to make him believe it's not about him so that she can keep him. But he's well aware of the fact that basically what they're saying is, that guy's no good for you.
All the girls said to me last night that I'm not the same and that they can see that I have really, really tried and made an effort and...
What, I haven't?
No, I'm not saying that. This isn't about you for a minute.
No, but it sounds like they're digging me out and saying that you've changed, you've done loads for me, and what have they said about me?
That I'm just settling.
What?
It's not about you. I'm telling you what they've said to me.
You've got to see it from my side, yeah. I keep improving and doing things that I don't normally like to do or want to do, but you just keep knocking me down because it's not good enough for you. So I'm obviously thinking, like, why the fuck am I even doing this? Why am I changing?
So then do you not think that's the same with me with the whole PDA and words of affirmation and affection? It hasn't changed, so I haven't let it go.
I've told you I will never do that. And it's not good enough for you.
So then maybe I just need to stop voicing it. Because voicing it obviously hasn't and isn't helping.
Like, no offence, yeah, but if I wanted to be with you more than anything in the world, and you said, well, you need to stop doing this, I'd fucking stop it the next day.
But that's not as easy for everyone else.
Then what do you expect me to do? Just keep being unhappy and just fucking getting digged out? Like?
No, I'm now telling you that I'm acting upon it, so it doesn't continue to affect me and us. I wish me and Adam were where we were when we got back off my homestays, and it's such a shame that so much has happened in between that he can't get out of his own head to be like, do you know what, let's drop it. Let's see if we can actually move forward.
I'm just not going to run in circles around it, I can't be arsed.
We have them arriving at the dinner party. Nathan and Lacey come first, of course everything's great with them. Then Luke and Amy arrive, and Amy brings up that moment in the lingerie shop with Adam, where Adam said, he told me I should model it for him. And she says, I better tell Polly that. Of course, you don't have to tell Polly that, do you? You don't have to. You're not legally obliged to, but she does. Polly and Adam arrive. Polly starts telling the girls how upset she is and that she's taken her wedding ring off, yes. And Adam hasn't noticed because she's still got some rings on. Guys will not notice that. Sorry, girls. I do not check my wife's hands for the wedding ring. I just think, there's lots of jewellery on there. How am I supposed to know which one is which? Even though it's pretty obvious the wedding ring is normally the boring gold one. But you get my point. Anyway.
It isn't it? It's not a good position to be in. I'm holding on to, the PDA kind of stuff. But I feel like because I've voiced it so much, all I've done is push him away.
It's not your fault. Stop taking 100% blame.
Yeah. It's just annoying because I really like him. That's what's frustrating. This is why we bicker.
This is not you. It's not all you.
But he doesn't see that. He thinks that it is.
I don't know if it's going to work. Just because we're just going around in circles. Every day is the same conversation. And it's just draining. She said for about 2 weeks now that I'm sorry, I won't do it anymore, I won't bring things up. And the next day, it's like she's forgot she said it. And then she said this morning, I'm going to try now, I'm going to stop doing everything that you don't like. I'm like, you keep saying this, like, it don't mean anything no more. How obviously all the girls have said that Polly's not the same anymore, I don't get that. Because I don't think she's changed.
He complains to the guys, she complains to the girls. And then, of course, Amy says, yeah, when I went to the lingerie shop, he said I should try it on, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, now Polly's really angry that he's given Amy these great compliments, but doesn't give the same sort of banterous, sexy compliments to her. And sometimes I think, well, it's probably because you do complain quite a lot, and he probably saw Amy as a bit more fun than you. I don't want to sound rude. But, you know, I know they're both equally to blame because it takes two to tango, but there are times when I really do feel for Adam because I just don't know what he can kind of give Amy. What more can he do? I think he's doing his best within the world of Adam. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if he knows how to give more.
Model that and we'll see if it looks nice on polls. And made comments about like being sexy and stuff. And I just took that as banter.
But I feel like I've taken a lot of things as banter, when in actual fact they're quite hurtful things.
Especially when he's not giving you the compliments. He can't be saying that about other girls.
Oh my God. Adam really struggles giving me a bare minimum compliment. So to make banterful comments to Amy about looking sexy, it's bollocks. And I'll definitely be pulling him up on it tonight.
Well, the second quarter of the programme was pretty much just devoted to Polly and Adam falling apart, guys. You know, during the dinner party, people ask, how's everyone getting on? And Polly says, well, you know, Adam's not being honest, and Adam takes offence at that. And they're off. They're off, bickering, fighting, and it's uncomfortable to watch, but you kind of think this was inevitable. Because I do feel like Adam has said repeatedly what he's like, what he can and can't do, and that's been kind of ignored, while Polly has her various, you know, blow-ups, as it were, you know, during all the dinner party events. We haven't really had a single dinner party where Polly hasn't blown up at some point and shouted at people. And I don't really know what she was expecting. I think, as we've said before in these videos, you know, you have to be prepared for the fact that if the person you love doesn't change, are you okay with that? Because if you're not okay with that, then don't marry them. You know, just stop it. If you can't put up with the fact that they may never change and you're not prepared to live with that, then you're just going to have to leave it and move on to someone else who will be more like your ideal person. Not that there is an ideal person out there, but you get my point. And of course she brings up the whole trying on the lingerie thing, and then Adam says, no, what I said was, you know, Amy said she had the same set, and I said you should both try it on, and I'll see who's the sexiest. And of course everyone is, oh, that's a terrible thing to say. And, you know, he was saying, well, it doesn't mean I fancy Amy, and it was just banter, etc., etc. And I do think you have to understand that from a male perspective, he probably said that because he's a man, and I think men do fantasize about women. You know, even if they're married, they just do. And it doesn't mean they want to marry them. I'm not justifying cheating, I'm not justifying looking at questionable material. I'm just saying, it doesn't mean they want to marry them. It just means, I don't know, he's just being a guy. And yeah, he shouldn't have said it, he shouldn't have been so stupid to say it out loud. But, you know, there is no thought police. He just probably said what he was thinking, and he should have kept it in his brain and not said it through his gob, if you know what I mean. But yeah, you know, he says to her, you know, if I'm such a bad person, you don't like me, why are you still with me? Fair point, fair point. And then she calls him a narcissist. He kicks his chair from the table and gets up and walks out. And the boys go after him, right, to console him. And Polly says, yeah, all you boys go with him because you're all a bunch of effing knobs. And I think, hang on, Polly, now you've stopped calling Adam bad words. Now you're calling all the boys bad words. All the boys of your so-called friends who are there, you're calling their husbands effing knobs now. So I just think Polly also, we have to say, she does have anger issues. And I think, because otherwise, why would she do that? You know, anyway, if they commit at the next commitment ceremony, I'll be utterly shocked. I just don't think it will work at all.
What haven't been honest with?
With a lot of things.
Like,
I don't have to give you a list of things.
Give me one example.
I don't have to give you a list. I'm saying how I feel. I feel like you haven't been honest about a lot of things.
You can't sit there and say you haven't been honest with loads of things, yeah. When I say give me one example, you can't give me one example because that's bullshit.
I just think it's confusing with you saying that you were where you are, yet you've still been very handsy and the flirty banter's been there, and it's just confusing. So
When
I just
when
don't
I've been
feel...
handsy?
What are you on about? So you grabbing and slapping my bum and
When?
fucking... What do you mean? Over the last couple of days?
I haven't.
Yes, you have. People have seen it.
Slapping
People
your
have
butt?
seen it.
I pulled a bit of hair off your bum earlier because...
No, there was a kiss and a cuddle. There was something
I didn't
else.
kiss you. I gave you a hug goodbye out of respect.
Right.
So that one's out the window.
But it's
Next.
not out the window. You've still been very flirtatious.
That's just my banter.
That's not banter.
I did flirty banter with
That's
Amy.
not
Don't mean I want to
banter.
fucking
I
kiss
don't give a fuck
her.
about Amy. That's not, you're not with Amy. You're with me.
So what flirty banter
I
have I
only
said?
found out earlier that you called Amy sexy and that you wanted her to try on lingerie to see if she'd look fit in it. That is fucking crossing a line.
My comment actually was, Amy got the same set as you, and
Yeah.
I was saying, oh, why don't you both put them on and I'll see who's the sexiest.
Oh, no, it's even worse.
Jeez.
Why would you say that?
That's flirty banter.
It doesn't matter. Flirty comments shouldn't happen to one of my best mates when you don't give that to me either. It's fucking out of order.
That's banter. That's
It's
banter.
not banter. It's,
That's
I'm
banter to
sorry.
me.
No, it's not banter.
That's banter to me.
It's not banter.
I think she feels like that because you say you don't give compliments.
I didn't give you a compliment. Did I?
I think so.
What, I said you look sexy in that?
Yes.
How
really a
fucked
compliment.
is that?
Is that a compliment?
You look sexy in that.
That's a compliment.
How fucked is that? You didn't even say
It's
that
a
you haven't
joke.
said it's not a joke. It's not a joke when my feelings are on the receiving end of it. It's not a joke.
So then why do you want to be with me?
I'm not.
Why
because
are
I
you
quite like to
begging it off me? So if I'm such a bad person, yeah, and I'm not giving you this and I'm not giving that, why the fuck do you want to be with me?
Because you've shown me other aspects to you that make me want to be with you.
You say you want this, you want that, you want more intimacy, you want PDA, you want this, yeah? And then I say, look, yeah, I've changed a lot for you, but it's not good enough.
You're not the only one that feels like that.
And now all of a sudden I've told you I don't think it's going to work, and now you're trying to attack me and make me
I'm not
look
trying to
bad.
attack you. I'm telling you that you've had just as much of a part to play in this for us to get to this point as I have. And you are still saying that I'm the one in the wrong.
And I've come out of my comfort zone so much and it's just never been good enough for you, and you've just always knocked me back.
Even when I'm saying that I know that I've pushed you away to the
It's been
extent that
2 months and we've not moved
2
anywhere.
months is fuck all. I'm sorry.
I'm not here for fucking...
I don't
to
care.
mess around.
I don't care.
I want to settle down and have a family and have
So-
kids. I don't want to fucking keep arguing about the same topic. It's boring.
Over 6 weeks.
I'm 33.
in 6
I'm not a
weeks.
child.
So
man.
then
I'm
fucking
mature.
start acting like it.
Okay, banter.
We need to get rid of this word banter.
Yeah, it's almost saying if we add this label of banter, then anything that's disrespectful, inappropriate is whitewashed, and it's not okay.
Adam, what do you actually want? Do you want to be with Polly?
I don't think it's going to work.
Do you need more from her?
More from what? She's been telling me that she's going to stop doing this and stop doing that, and then 2 days later she forgets the conversation and we argue about the same thing. I hate repeating myself. You've been making me repeat myself from the day one.
I don't have to keep up bringing up the same thing if you actually pulled your finger out your ass and done something about it.
I've told you I'll never do PDA. I'm not a PDA guy.
But I've accepted
You accepted that, but then you still want PDA, man. Makes
Because
sense.
you're not giving me anything else. If you don't give me anything, this is what I've
If
said
you're
I need to
going to
work
frustrate
at.
me and moan
which
at me all
is-
day, why the fuck would I want to come home and have sex with you? Would any of you guys want to have sex with someone that's moaning at you all day?
Well, you did for the first 3 weeks.
What?
You obviously did for the first 3 weeks.
We've had sex like 3 times. Don't
the
want
first
like we've
3
had
weeks.
sex every day.
I'm not.
And the fact you're trying to dig me out now and make me look like a twat has pissed me off, man. 'Cause you know I don't like this confrontation.
I have defended you to the ends of the fucking earth.
Listen.
Everyone has said
I've
that
put
I'm
you
not myself.
first this whole
Oh
time.
my God.
Yeah, it's
Again,
all about
turned
me.
on me
You're going like I'm
again.
selfish. I called you selfish a couple of weeks ago.
But you are such a fucking narcissist.
Narcissist. Oh,
It's turned around.
no, mate. Don't sit there and call me a
It's
narcissist,
turned
man.
around
You're
on
trying
me
to fuck
again,
me
and
over.
I'm going to be the one that says sorry later. So fuck off then.
Well, after being outside with the guys and having a bit of a vape, Adam shapes up and comes back into the dinner party, and then they try to make Polly take back calling him a narcissist, and another argument kicks off, and we're off to the races again. I like I say, I just think, please stop, guys. Let's get this done and dusted, because it's just an argument fest now. Although Amy does take Adam aside for a pep talk, whether that would have made much of a difference, we're not sure yet.
Fucking good enough.
Listen, yeah, that's a horrible word to say to someone.
Okay. And some of the stuff that you've not said towards me has been horrible.
Like,
Do you mean like what? I'm not going to fucking sit here and list everything.
Has anything been as bad as saying I'm a narcissist?
Narcissist.
I don't care what it is. It's a bit of a horrible word.
You are a joke. You are an absolute fucking joke.
What am I, one or what?
I've explained it.
Am I one of them or what then?
No.
So why did you say them?
Because I just fucking said that I take it back.
Why did you say it? I'm asking.
Emotions.
God.
Why you
When I
said
took
it?
it off, emotions, things happen.
It's not a word you just throw around the table for jokes.
Yeah, at least you've still got your ring on.
Well, he does, I don't.
I didn't know you didn't have your ring on.
I haven't had my ring on for the last 3 days.
You don't want a ring?
No.
No.
Keep that
Don't
on
do
your
that.
fucking finger.
I still had mine on. It's called respect.
It doesn't matter about respect.
Respect.
You're the one that said
I've
to me
respected
that
you
you
through this whole
potentially didn't see a
process,
future.
and you're showing your true colours, and you haven't respected me.
Oh my God.
Then the golden envelope comes out and we ask boring questions and affirmations come from the couples, which are all lovey-dovey, etc., etc. Nathan and Lacey, Sasha and Ross. Then, of course, Luke gets the question from the envelope and it says, did you get the husband you were looking for or wanted in this competition, show, whatever? And Amy bluntly replies, no. Which, of course, is always a risk if you do a show like this. You know, there isn't, sadly, a husband's shop you can go to, like John Lewis, and just pick husbands off the rack and read all the details, or, you know, if they've got a label on and say, this husband does the cooking and the cleaning, won't beg you for sex all the time, and is very well behaved and doesn't cuss, all that kind of stuff. There isn't a husband shop. You know, there's always going to be defects, and I'm wondering what Amy's going to say now, because I really feel like if you were sitting in the room just now with Polly and Adam, and you saw how badly they got on and how much they were berating each other, would you now go ahead and berate your husband, seeing how badly it ended for them? Maybe Amy will, maybe she won't. We'll wait and see.
No.
Oh, wow.
Tell us how you really feel.
I didn't get the husband I wanted in this experiment.
Look, I know Luke has made mistakes, but I feel like Amy kind of broke his heart in tonight's episode when they had to do their question from the yellow envelope, gold envelope, whatever. And, you know, as in the previous year, she said she wasn't happy with the husband she got. And then she lists off his transgressions. And I find it so weird in this program. It's like, well, why do you keep remembering all these mistakes? Why do you keep bringing them up? But then you bring them up and act like they just happened. And I think, okay, has he done anything else that we don't know about? They haven't told us in the show because they've edited it out? I'm not sure. I just feel like sometimes they're listing everything off like it's just happened a few minutes ago. And I feel like he's said he was going to change and try his best. Has he not been trying at all?
I wanted a gentleman. I wanted somebody honest and truthful, and that thought about my feelings as much as his own. For me, like, lies are huge. Like, that is my biggest fear. And relationships, friendships, marriages are built on trust. So that's why I've always struggled to connect with you. But I do feel like when we are good, we're very good, and we are a team. And I feel like we are good now, like we're getting to a good place, but it is difficult. Yeah, my answer is no, and that's just me being honest. And I know you appreciate me for being honest, so.
I do. Thank you.
Well done, baby. Proud of you. Well done.
And then when it's Luke's turn to speak to Amy, he's very gentle, very kind, very respectful. But yeah, I don't know if it will actually kind of, I don't know, it may not work. It's a shame because I feel like Luke, underneath it all, is a nice guy. But I get it. If he's lied and he's been deceptive, then of course she can't trust him. But again, I felt like, meh, could have been a bit nicer about it. I feel for Luke. Anyway.
The one thing I would change about you is that I would love you to be able to give me a fresh, clean slate and give me a chance to prove to you that I am a better person and I can be great for you.
Do you not think that I can do that already?
I would love to think you can.
Is there anything else you could change about me, not that about our relationship, about me as a person?
I think I would change maybe your outlook on certain things to be more positive about our relationship in general, our memories, our timeline, our story. I'd love you to be a bit more positive, perhaps.
Okay.
That's what I will change.
Luke is over here fighting for this relationship. He wants this. He's saying, basically, I want you to forgive me. But he has to understand that that's going to take time. Trust takes time to be built.
Moving on from that, because guys, you won't believe it, but Polly and Adam, everything calmed down. By the end of the dinner party, they were like star-crossed lovers. Ha! Likely. They have to do their gold envelope bit. Can't remember what the question was, but then it comes up that, you know, Polly doesn't have her ring on, and then Luke interjects and says, yeah, I took my ring off and I shamed Amy when I did it, and I'm sad I did it, and the temperature rises when Luke gets involved, and it just goes downhill. The argument gets more and more bitter and more upsetting.
I remember.
To give me a chance and to see the person that you saw on homestays is the person that I'm going to be when we leave. And I just don't feel like you're giving me the chance to be who I am in a normal relationship. And you're just taking the last 2 weeks. Don't ask me the question.
I'm going to have my say.
Oh no, but you're just being a prick about it again.
I'll say, I was going to say my say. Am I allowed to say?
Go on.
I was going to say, like, you can't say that you want it to work and that I'm the one you want, and then start calling me names and trying to rip me a new arsehole.
Well, because I called you a narcissist when
If
all
I
I've
really
done
wanted
is
to
tell
be with,
you
if
how
I
much
really
I
wanted to be with
you.
Polly and I adored the ground she walked on, I would not sit there and disrespect her, call her names because I'm mature.
I disagree with you here because I know how I feel about this girl next to me.
But you wouldn't disrespect her.
I took my ring off. That's more than disrespecting, mate. So don't tell me I didn't disrespect
That was
her.
muggy though, dude. That was muggy.
Muggy, that was I humiliated her in front of her friends.
And that's probably why Amy could leave. No offense.
Fair enough, but don't say that just because she said a word means she doesn't feel a way.
Okay,
because I know how I feel about Amy, and despite doing what I did.
Luke, listen to this.
That's what I want to say.
You took your ring off and threw it at Amy. Polly's had her ring off for 3 days apparently,
Because
but she
you
wants to be
told
with
me-
me.
You told
Respect.
me 3 days ago.
It's all about respect, isn't it?
Adam, you said that you wasn't sure how you feel, you don't see a future.
Yeah.
She felt like shit, so she
Yeah.
took her ring off.
But I kept my ring on as respect. I said I don't know if it's going to work. I never say it's over. I never say it's done. I says...
You said you're draining, you're emotionally draining, so I'm going to go home. Who knows how it's going to go? Adam, you couldn't have made it any more clear that you didn't want to be with me.
What is that saying it's over? No.
Do you not see how that's really confusing?
I can see why she took her ring off.
Listen.
I do
No
see
one's
why
just piped up and said I'm chatting
I'm
shit.
talking right now, Adam.
Okay.
That's why I can see why she took her ring off. You said you're not sure, you don't see a future with her. I don't blame her for taking her fucking ring off.
So if I say I don't think it's going to work, is that an excuse to take your ring off and throw it and throw a fucking pissy for?
Because she cares about you. She wanted a reaction. So
That's cool. I care about her.
Well, you're not acting like it.
Why am I not? Have I disrespected Polly tonight?
Early, you went, you're begging it. You're begging it.
Is that
That's
disrespecting?
rude.
Fuck me.
You know what? It would take just one of them to say, you know what, I'm sorry.
Yes.
That's it. It would stop the whole thing, shut it all down.
And then Adam's asked to rank the couples from the show as to how long he thinks they'll last, you know, a week, a month, a year, forever. And he starts with him and Polly and says, we'll last a week. And then there's just an explosion and Polly just goes off. And this is the thing, right? Because Polly, when she goes off, she's not just going off at Adam now. She's just going off at everyone, I think. And that's my issue. I don't think this to me is a bit of a Polly issue now. It's not like, oh, you know, she's mad at Adam again. She's just mad at everyone. And she just berates him and shames him. Even though you don't like the guy, you just seem to dig in with this kind of massive, you know, shovel load of hate. And it ends with her calling him a C-word. And everyone's really shocked. So if they can bounce back from this, they are truly made of the finest asbestos. They can take anything. And I couldn't really believe it that she'd say that in front of everyone about supposedly her own husband. Awful.
Next question.
Right. To both, rank the remaining couples in order of how long they will last in the following amounts of time. Include yourselves and give reasons for each couple. Forever, 1 year, 1 month, and 1 week. So me and Polly, 1 week. 1 month, Luke and Amy.
Why have you got to be such a prick about it?
Okay.
Oh my god.
So if it's not me and you for 1 week, who else is it?
You are
You can
just
have
a
your say in a minute,
fucking
darling. Don't
joke.
worry. The Polly show
Don't
continues.
fucking call me
The
darling.
Polly show continues.
Don't fucking call me darling when all
Right.
you've done the last 6 weeks is think that you're 90% perfect and sound your
That's banter.
fucking
That's
pedestal.
banter.
Everything with you is fucking banter. All I've done is defend
This
you
is
and back
embarrassing.
you on so many things. If you think
Amy.
it's embarrassing, then
Amy,
fuck off.
sort her out.
What do you mean sort her out? Fuck off then.
Hey,
If you think I'm so embarrassing, then fuck off.
Shut.
It's a fucking joke.
I never said I
He's
wanted
not.
to call you
Shut
for a
the
chat.
fuck up. You're boring. It's the same shit week after week after week, and I'm bored of it.
You honestly, you're embarrassing
Everyone's
yourself
talking
in
it.
front of everyone.
I'm embarrassing myself. If I was you, Adam, I'd fucking be embarrassed of you because it is fucking shameful. It is fucking shameful.
Everyone's outed me, but Nathan's had
Yeah,
my back.
alright.
Ross has had my back.
Ross had my back. It's
Amy's
all
had
the
my
boys.
back.
Doesn't matter.
Polly just
This
sat
is
there
not
and
a
said everyone's outed
competition. You are pathetic. You are a joke, and you're a fucking liar. Fuck off. Actually go away. I actually can't be arsed.
No one's following you because no one
I
fucking
don't give a
believes
shit
you.
whether no one follows me or not. You're a fucking liar. You are a joke. All you've done is lie about how you feel and what you talk to everyone else about, and you've not had the bollocks to stand there and fucking say it to me. You've led me on, you fucked me about, and you've pissed me right off. You're a fucking cunt.
But there we go. We've known this about Polly. She can be like this. And I just think these aspects of her character are surely things that will put Adam off. Surely. You know, even if Adam was doing everything right, I still feel like Polly would have her explosions and her temper outbursts. Anyway, guys, that's the end of tonight's episode. Tomorrow we've got the final ceremony where they decide whether they're actually going to get married for real. And I'm not sure any of them are going to pass the finish line except Lacey and Nathan. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Did you enjoy it? What did you think of this episode? Put your comments below, okay? And feel free to just add loads of unnecessary insults, just like Polly would. And let's talk and be really rude to each other. Thanks for watching, and good night.